starting with the technology. So these logos are from the very prominent AI companies. Left is the DeepSeek, which is a Chinese AI startup, and on the right hand side you see Perplexity. And these are the number of days it took them to reach 50 million download, and it became Perplexity became a #1 app after they collaborated with Airtel in India for the App Store. And then you have ChatGPT, which in 2 months had 100 million downloads and 100 million users, right? So that's the way companies are growing. Each of us knows that. Now it brings a certain challenges to the role of CFOs, because what is happening is that generation of data, it's becoming more and more, and it is increasing day by day, right? So I remember I used to be in a company called Hyperion long days back, and when I used to go to CFOs, the problem used to revolve around, okay, how I can do intercompany elimination, how I can do ownership calculation. And we thought that time these are complex things, but looking back, it was very simple. Now most of you would be doing it, I'm sure. But now there are new problems. There are things like RPT, there are things like new regulations that are coming. Some of my customers are in banking, so they have to deal with SEBI and RBI. So this information complexity is increasing. Now what to do about that? So our vision for this technology stack for the CFO that is very much in demand these days, and also there is a lot of you can say sometimes noise around that as well, but we believe that the AI should act as a co-pilot for the finance executives. What we mean by that is the grunt work, looking through the patterns, looking through the information, that can be done by AI, but finally what needs to be done has to be done by the CFO. So that's what our approach to this problem is, and that's where we are making our investments as a platform. This is the only technical slide I have, so I'll just quickly explain it because it's important to understand what we are talking about. So we were first in the industry to come out with a platform which actually captures all your information in one single unified database. So for example, you have SAP, you have Salesforce, you have SuccessFactors, you have some other systems also, maybe a supply chain. We bring in all these relevant information in what we call as a analytical information hub, which for lack of a better word, you can say finance data warehouse, small data warehouse. And there we enable all these use cases. So for example, starting from financial close and consolidation, so from trial balance to disclosures, RPT and LODR and all kind of reportings. Then all your financial and operational planning, all the ESG, scope 1, scope 2, scope 3, CSRD if that is applicable for you. And if you are into the realm of GMT and BEPS 2.0, that as well. Now the advantage for CFO is that all these information you have to just extract once. There are not different software or modules that you have to jump around, because in consolidation you also use actual data and same data you use in planning as well. So why to take different feeds? That creates complications. So we have simplified that. Then we were thinking that how we can apply AI on top of all of this, because you would have heard about Gen AI. Gen AI is generative AI. As the name suggested, it gives you answer to the questions. But we thought as CFOs, we need to empower you with something very specific to the business, use cases which are relevant to you. So we call them objective AI, and these are some of the use cases that are there. I will talk about couple of them. So for example, you are a company and let's take example, Mr. Dhawan was there, maybe pharma company, right? And you spend a lot of money in marketing, incentives, plus you also spend a lot of money on the R&D. Then there is raw material pricing, package material pricing, some elements you are importing. So at the end of the day, you want to look at your ROCE, your P&L, your profitability, and we are not aware which drivers are really impacting our business. So what AI can help us is basically putting the 5 years of data, actual data that is there in your systems already, because there is a system record, ERP that is already there in your landscape. And then AI can look back through that data and say, these are the 5 key drivers that has maximum impact on your business. Now, when you are doing scenarios or simulations or what if, whatever you call it, you can focus on those 5 drivers instead of going all around your data and doing trial and error. So that I feel is a very good use case from the planning perspective. I will tell you one more use case which is from the controllership side. So we have introduced our own large language model which helps you write the commentary of the notes to account or disclosures, because it takes a lot of time, and all of you have a team which is graduates from good schools, MBAs, chartered accountants, and end of the day they are looking at collecting data from Excel and working on the Word. So we are trying to minimize that human effort so that AI can do that work. It will not work 100%, because even if you put something in ChatGPT today, you might get a 70% email which is good to go. 30% you have to put your own personality to it. So it will put that, but then these people can spend more time in analysis of data, giving you the right perspective to go for the business. So that's where I feel there is a lot of value that as a tech company we can bring to the public. One more use case I will discuss, since we have a couple of minutes, is intelligent data mapping. Now, one thing that people really struggle when we go for these kind of projects is you have different chart of accounts in your subsidiaries, and ultimately everything has to map to master chart of account. Using AI, we can do this process fast, because using fuzzy logic, it can tell you, okay, this account maps to this account maps to this, then there's a workflow, you can approve or reject the AI recommendation. Now, this is all that we have done. It was released in 2024. Now, what's new? So we at CCH Tagetik are coming up with agents which can help you even more improve your business KPIs by having those agents which are built for particular task. For example, there could be an agent who is a FP&A OPEX agent, CAPEX agent, you have a controller agent, and all these agents will work on the tandem with a workflow, with a set of rules, with a set of procedures, so that you kind of get the end result. And just to break down what is agentic AI, I'll give you an example. Now, suppose you are making a pizza and you want to understand how to make it. So using Gen AI, you can put the question in ChatGPT and it can tell you, okay, you need this, you need to mix, this is the process, keep it at certain degree in the microwave, and your pizza is done. What agentic AI will do is, it will tell you, okay, I have searched through your refrigerator, you have this, you don't have this, I have placed an order on Zepto or something to get that, and you have to, I have preheated the microwave so that you are ready to put in the pizza, and ultimately if pizza gets burned, I'll book your restaurant reservation so that evening is not spoiled. So that's what the capability of agentic AI is, and most of the tech companies are investing in this, and they're coming out with the use case that can basically elevate you as a finance professionals. There is a lot of anxiety around, will the job get replaced, or something will happen. I think there will be a displacement, not replacement. So people who are doing low end work, they will be promoted to doing higher end thinking kind of a role, and that's where AI will come. So it will be used for elevating the finance professionals, and you will stay in control, because our AI philosophy is, being a European company, people don't ask this question enough, but we really need to ask, is it fair? Is it transparent? Because sometimes you get a black box as AI, you don't know what is going on, what is coming out. I think for a finance professional, it's very important to know what is going in, what is coming out, how it is being done. So we have made our AI models very transparent. You know what logic is being applied, how the numbers are being processed. So you are always in control. Now, what I'll do, I thought to make this a little interesting, and also I thought, why not take this event as an advantage of me becoming a CFO for 5 minutes. So what I'll do, I will call Mahima, my EPM AI agent, and I will ask some questions to her, and hopefully she will give me some replies, which
I'll try to. I'm crossing my fingers. I'll try to reply to all of your questions. But yes, looking forward to it.
Okay. Okay. Mahima, you want to maybe?
Sure, absolutely. So Nishant, as I prepare to answer questions for you, I'm going to leverage our platform and our generative AI capabilities that we refer to as Ask AI, where as a finance manager, I'm not required to know what the data model is, where that data is residing, who do I call to get handle of that data before I start answering any questions for you, right? I'm going to use natural language processing. I don't need to know any technicalities, and I will be able to answer and support all the queries that you have for me today. Next slide, please.
Okay. And I will raise the bar for you with each question. Okay?
Sure.
So first one is a kind of a low baller or easy one. In my business, I am facing a lot of competition. So I want to analyze my P&L. So can you help me in that?
Absolutely. Can we just play the video, please? So what we want to do is essentially take control of some of our high-performing product categories and understand how we're doing as against our forecast, right? Now, I don't need to know, where that data is. I'm going to type it in natural language or ask using the voice command and have the system present me the information in terms of analysis that I need. Of course, I can say, I don't like a bar chart, I want a line chart, and understand and analyze that data further. But the idea is that as a finance user, whenever we are in meetings, reviews, when we're trying to look at scenarios being forecasted for, I can just use the natural language processing to go about understanding our data and then analyze it and understand it further within the room itself. So I hope that answers your question. The first one.
Yes, it does. Thank you. And next one is little tougher one because it's not from me, but someone who keeps me awake at night. It's from our auditor, and he's asking how you are doing your intercompany reports.
Sure. So let's pull that report up. Let's ask the system to show us the intercompany report. And since it has come from the auditor, I am very sure they will ask us for the next level of details. So let's bring that up by regions, by entities, by product categories. Knowing the auditors, they will ask us to drill down. So let's try and drill down by product categories. Let's try and drill down even by the entity structures. Let's go down right to the level of details. And I'm very sure then the auditor will pull us up and say, okay, can you just focus on New York and let's quickly look at the numbers. We will also be required to present all of that information in an Excel report, which I'm sure they'll ask for us the very next day. So let's bring it over in an Excel interface and let's create that drill down required by the auditor because we are preempting that they'll ask us in a reporting format. So let's double click drill down and put it in a representative format in the Excel itself. So as an end user, I can start to interact with data in the web interface as we are reviewing our reports, and then we are required to report to the auditor. So I'll bring it out in the Excel interface with the right cut, with the right level of detail, and pass it along to the auditor directly. So I hope now the auditor will not give you a follow-up call and they have the information ready.
Yes, the last one is the toughest one. It's directly from the regulator.
Okay.
So I want to know how you can reinstate my intercompany profits.
Okay, understood. So let's have prepare that report directly in Excel. So let's ask the system to present us that report, and I'm going to bring that report up by the different entities. Again, you'll note I've asked the question in a natural language, but now in the known Excel interface. Not all of the information will be available directly for me, but let's say taxation or some other inputs are just being sent to me by my colleague. But in the known Excel interface, I can quickly apply a formula because this is not something that I need to learn. This is not a new interface that I'm working with for the first time around. I can prepare that report with additional inputs that are needed from other colleagues in the team and prepare, let's say, an adjusted revenue report by the entities that the regulator has asked us for. As I'm continuing to work, of course, I may not be the only person who's going to look at these numbers, review these reports. So I can directly share them over OneDrive, send them across to a colleague so that they can review, provide the sign-offs on these numbers before, of course, we have the CFO put their sign-off seal and send it to the regulators. But the idea is that from a finance user standpoint, I use natural language to ask questions in the known Excel interface, and then I'm able to bring that information up, work alongside different colleagues before we send the final reports out, in this case, to the regulator.
Since our time is up, last question. Where I need to sign and how soon you can start?
We'll be happy to take those questions right outside on our booth. So very happy to double click on any specific questions that you have and very happy to continue the discussion on our booth then.
Thank you.